Hello, hello, hello. My name is Angela Odom, and I am a life and leadership coach. I teach women how to lead themselves, others, and um, how to manage processes, rather. And so I am the founder of the Better You Project brand. This is the the live recording of the Better You Leadership podcast, and it's a weekly show, and we go into topics that are going to help women become more confident leaders. Right, that's what we're doing, and one of the things that we continue to sidestep is communication. Right, how to communicate, how to I'm not talking about, that thing we did when we were in elementary school, where, the teacher did the example of, lining up students, 10 students, 20 students, whatever it might have been. And the first student says a word or a phrase. And by the time it ended, got into the last student, it was totally different. I'm not talking about communicating like that. I said, did you understand me? The inflection of my voice, the tone. I'm not talking about whether I enunciate correctly. What I'm talking about is moving past that to crucial conversations, like bam, crucial conversations. Good morning, Carrie. How you doing from northern Minnesota? And as always, I want to know what the weather is like in Minnesota. I'm here in Georgia, where it is hot, cold, wet, all in a matter of a day. It is crazy, right? We believe in the seasons over here. So today we're talking about the first chapter of one of the books that's in my reading list. So if you go to Instagram, Angela O reading list, and then you will see the 10. And also, if you just put in angelaodom.com / that's a / reading list, then you will also see them. We're going to do a book review and book discussion on Wednesday, August 4th, 2020 at 7 p.m. on Zoom. And so you go to the reading list, angelaodom.com / reading list, and you can get the details, Zoom details, and all those things. But today, what we're going to do is the first chapter. We're going for the first chapter, right? And oh, Gary says that Minnesota is 74 and sunny. Thank you for that. I feel good when I know knowing that other places are experiencing the same beautiful weather as we are here in the state of Georgia. So crucial conversations. And so on the Instagram page, Angela O reading list, we actually go through that's what I talk about. It's the reading list. Talk about books. I love books, right? And I believe that real leaders read, right? Real leaders read. So that's what we're doing. And this is not about perfection, right? This is about moving forward and making progress. And so the book itself it seems like it's a really easy read, and I'm going to read it as we go. Right, over the next few 2 months, I'll read it. I read it in pieces, and I am looking at it, and it has 11 chapters. With the preface and the afterword, and it is a very necessary book. I want to first just share with you that the book is written by four authors. Right, it's written by four authors, and it is, I think it's really important that we understand, right? We understand that sometimes the conversation, the engagement is going to be hard. We don't have to avoid it. We can deal with it, address it. And so the four authors, Carrie Patterson, Joseph Grenny, Ron McMillan, and Al Switzler. They're the founders of what's called Vital Smarts, Vital, VITALSMARTS. And so they together have written this book based on their research over the years. 20, 25 years of this. And I think it is a really good book for us to discuss crucial conversations as defined by the authors is a discussion between two or more people where stakes are high, opinions vary, and emotions run strong. And so I really think this is important for us to get to the bottom of, right? And so they give examples in the book about, what this might look like when they say first, really, if you're having a crucial conversation, um, as opposed to just a regular one, a plain one, what makes it so? And that's when they go into opinions vary. For example, you're talking with your boss about a possible promotion, and she says, like, she don't think you're ready. And you're like, whoa, I'm ready. So you have all three of those aspects, right? The stakes are high, and you do have opposing opinions. And then you most likely have some strong emotions associated with that. First of all, like, how could she think I'm not ready? Right? And then stakes, second, like the stakes are high. You might be in a meeting with your coworkers, and this is an example from the book, and you're trying to pick a marketing strategy. And so you've got to do something different, or your company isn't going to hit its annual goals. That might be, some opposing opinions might come up, like their approach you're going to use. And of course, in an example, the stakes are high, and sometimes the emotions run high because some money might be on the line, or promotions and all those things, right? So you're in the middle of a casual discussion with your spouse or your significant other, and they start talking about the last cookout y'all just had, like the gathering in your neighborhood where you were flirting. Oh my goodness, you were flirting or doing something inappropriate, and they bring it back up to you. And so that is a conversation that you might want to, hand off very quickly, right? Head it off before things get out of hand. And so those are some examples that the authors bring up. Really how you handle those situations, or any. Of course, you could come up with a list of them, a list of different conversations. One of the things I think is really, really interesting is how the authors say, how we handle it. And they give like three different ways that we handle it. We can either avoid the conversation, right? The topic. We can face them and handle them poorly, or we can face them and handle them well. And so that's the option. That's the option I choose. And sometimes I avoid conversations also. You and I, we all do, right? Because sometimes we're just not that invested. Let's just be clear. And then sometimes we don't want to mess that up, right? And then, oh, by the way, we want to have better health and be feeling good about ourselves as to how we are able to stand in our truth, and all that kind of talk. But when it matters the most, and this is what the authors say, we do our worst. I can relate to that, right? It's really like, how do we handle things? Because what we're talking about is difficult, crucial conversations. Emotions are high. Really, our brain is not wired to handle multiple situations at one time if we're going to be sustainable and focused. Good morning, Mo. And we'll want to be able to understand is, crucial conversations are, they just pop up. They just come up. It's not that we planned it. This is not somebody's giving you talking points. This is how you handle this. It is you're engaging with someone. You're having a conversation with someone, and then for whatever reason, bam, the emotion enters, the opposing opinions, and the stakes are high, just like right then. And so the adrenaline, you might be challenged, feeling challenged. Like, did you just challenge me? Did you just wait a minute? You don't think what I think? Hold up. Wait a minute, I don't like your approach. All those things are happening at one time, and your adrenaline is pumping, and you're in that moment, and you don't have a plan, right? You've not really handled that well. And we know what that looks like, but you might be under pressure, right? So I'm just looking at the actual book as I'm going through, because that's some points I wanted to catch in here. And again, if you're just joining us, we are going through chapter 1 of Crucial Conversations, a book that I think we all need, right? And we're going to go into details, into depth on August 4th at 7 p.m. via Zoom. Go to angelaodom.com/reading list so that we can do a book review and book discussion. Mo or Carrie, if you're okay with it, can you put that in the comments? That is angelaodom.com/reading list, READINGLIST. Please put that in the in the comments for me, please. And so, for some common crucial conversation, the authors listed some of those, and it's ending a relationship, talking to a coworker who behaves offensively or makes suggestive comments, asking a friend to repay a loan. Boy, you've been there, right? Giving the boss feedback about her behavior or his behavior, approaching a boss who is breaking his own safety or quality policies, criticizing a colleague's work, asking a roommate to move out. Oh my God, I've done all that, right? Resolving custody or visitation issues with an ex-spouse or someone you're co-parenting with, dealing with a rebellious teen. This is me. And then talking to a team member who isn't keeping commitments, discussing problems with sexual intimacy, confronting a loved one about a substance abuse problem. Oh my God, it's a lot of crucial conversations or examples of those, right? And then providing an unfavorable performance review, asking in-laws to quit interfering, and talking to a coworker about a personal hygiene problem. So those are some of the examples of crucial conversations and I'm sure that you could name some more. Let's see if you name some more. So the audacious claim of the authors is that either you avoid tough issues, or when you do bring them up, you're on your worst behavior, right? So what they say is, at the heart of almost all chronic problems in our organizations, our teams, and our relationships lie crucial conversations, ones that we're either not holding or not holding well. Well, that's what I love this. And so these co-authors have done more than one. They have done research involving more than 100,000 people that reveal key skills of effective leaders, teammates, parents, and loved ones. And so they just talk about that particular skill, and then they give examples of what this might look like, right? Hey, FJ, Dr. FJ, with the cute, talented exes. So kickstart, and I don't mean like X as an ex relationship. I mean her kids' names start with the letter X. Let's be clear. So kickstart your career. This is some reasons they're saying is good to be able to engage in crucial conversations, right? Kickstart your career, improve your organization, and also they talk about silence fails. One of the things that just got me, just so pulled me in, right? Just pulled me in, was the example of silence, being silent when crucial conversations are necessary. They talked about nurses and doctors. Say some doctor comes in because she is busy. She is running from one place to the next, and she does not get the gloves on, make sure that things are safe, right? And starts to handle the patient, she or he, whatever, whichever one. And the nurse is silent. And because of the safety protocols that were not taken, that patient developed some type of infection. And that patient has to deal with the fact that the nurse saw it. It may have said something and the doctor ignored it, or the nurse did not say anything. That's a crucial conversation, right? And or the lack thereof. And so that's one of the things that got me. I was like, oh my goodness. So they say most leaders get it wrong. They think that organization, productivity, and performance are simply about policies, processes, structures, or systems. So that's just not true. It's not true. So you want to be able to improve your relationships, improve your personal health. That's really the summary for the first chapter, right? So the bottom line is, as we learn how to step up to crucial conversations and handle them well with one set of high leveraged skills, we can we can influence virtually every domain of our lives. So that's what we talked about today, the first chapter of Crucial Conversations, right? And just to be clear, what is a crucial conversation? It is when all three of these concepts are in play: opposing opinions, strong emotions, and high stakes. Could be with one or two people having this conversation. And we want to make sure that you get the details on our discussion, the book discussion, August 4th, 2021 at 7 p.m. Go to angelaodom.com/reading list. And that way you can you actually get the summary. I did a book summary so that you would be able to read along and, understand what we're doing. So that's what we are. And I want to just go back really quickly. This chapter, this topic right here is something that we need, right? We need to know how to talk to people when things are not going their way, our way. It's not easy, all of those things. So there you go. So for you, if you want to, you just follow with me on Angela O Reading List on Instagram, or come back here. I think I'm going to go through some more chapters over the podcast. But the bottom line is, you get the book, read the book, or do what the other people do, Google it, or go ahead and get the book summary at the angelaodom.com/reading list. Get the summary so that you can, get some good tips. With that said, my name is Angela M. Odom. I'm founder of the Better You Project brand. I teach women how to lead themselves, others, and how to manage processes. On our topics today, things that we're discussing on the Leadership Podcast. It's all about how to become a more confident leader. So with that said, thank you very much. And I noticed that, y'all didn't put the thing in there. So let me do that real quick. I'm going to put in angelaodom.com reading list here. There we go. And let me make sure you can see it before we go right here. Okay, so there you go. You have it. Okay. With that said, I'm Angela Odom. As always, I am rooting for you, and may the good Lord continue to bless you and yours. Take care, and thank you for joining. See you all later. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Take care.